Okay, Graham, second half of the video, here it is. It took me a little bit to get this organized. Okay, so just down in here is the new fork seal which has been installed. And I am noticing from the factory, you gotta zoom right in here. Wow, that is some kind of zoom. Okay, at the top of the screen here, you'll see there's a little bit of a gap between the retainer clip, which is this guy with the two holes in it, and the actual fork seal, which is down in there. This gap, which is officially this thick, which is about 4 millimeters, is enough for the fork seal without these, or enough for the fork seal, which is down here, without these spacers for the fork seal to actually move within the fork leg. So this part stays stationary and this part moves up and down with bumps and whatever as you ride. While you're doing that, the fork seal sometimes grabs this part and sometimes holds onto this part. So basically, it's got 4 millimeters of movement to sort of agitate itself within. If I put these spacers in here, that will absolutely ground that fork seal and make it stay set where it's supposed to and not allow it to move, and therefore the fork seal will remain sealed, which is, I think, probably the reason why the previous seals failed. These spacers were in here. You can see that they're something out of my stock. This did not come from Honda. This is the original Honda ones you have on top, which is rusty and gross. And these are my new aluminum spacers. So I dropped them down in there, and you'll see how the gap is taken up with the two rings. And then still at the top of the screen there, you'll see that little gap is exactly where this snap ring goes into position. And where are my snap ring pliers? Of course, I don't have them handy. Oh, I should stick to fixing bikes and not be such a cameraman. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, here they are. Right in front of me. Right where I left them. Okay, so I'll put the snap ring in that little gap you see it at the top of your screen there. Watch this. Oops. Ta-da! So you see at the top of your screen where this snap ring has gone into position, that little gap, that teeny tiny little gap that was in there before has now been consumed with these spacers, which means that the fork seal held in place below. There's still a little bit of movement there, but that's okay. I've eliminated a minimum, or actually the maximum, the majority of the movement for the fork seal. This will absolutely, potentially, extend the life of the fork seal. Okay, now the last thing I did, because your bike came with gaiters back in '72, and I hate gaiters for city bikes, is I stole these fork boots off a Yamaha Maxim, or XS 400, and they look a little funny, I admit, when they're on, but these will absolutely protect your fork legs. Ah, look at that. Oh, baby. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna pan back just a little bit here. Okay, well, I guess you can't really see much. Anyway, it doesn't look very good. Just wipe off all this schmutz. Okay, well, I guess they do look a little funny, but these are new. And these will absolutely protect poop from getting down inside and moving with the fork seal, basically extending the life of the fork seals themselves. So pull that out, pan back, and there's both the legs. There's some dirt rings on there just from assembly, don't panic. All of it wipes off. But yeah, there you go, man. So I'm gonna put the rest of the bike back together and put some fork oil in here, and hopefully these fork seals will last a good 40, 50,000 K, maybe even more than that. We'll see. Okay, that's it.